Adventures issue.
That was a good game. Underrated.
And then this was one of my favorite issues.
I have that one. I have that one somewhere in here. One of the bonus issues.
Part of my first subscription. I remember that was the third issue I got, I believe.
It wasn't a bonus issue. I had one of those covers that said your subscription's up, and I never.
Oh. Now after this issue, this is the last issue to use this iteration of the logo. Next issue used this logo, which is basically the same thing. So I didn't notice it as a kid. I guess it was rendered.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, speaking of this issue, this is the January 2001 issue. You have the.
I have the bonus issue, but
right.
It is in the other room. I did not think to bring it out. I apologize.
Well, that's all right. But go ahead and take a look, see if you can find anything that's different from yours. And after that,
the cover was all like red and black with the Spider-Man like logo on the front. I don't know if there was much in the way of bonuses though. It looks about the same. I'll look through it here.
And then after that logo was this logo, which was just like either one but colored white. So it's pretty much the same thing. And when I first saw the new logo, which was like this one, I kind of flipped out like, what are they doing in the Nintendo Power? But they lasted 7 more years after that. So
yeah.
Eventually they had subscriber exclusive covers.
They did. You're right.
I actually have a few of those that I will bring out.
Was that one of them?
That's the 95 issue. That's when they changed over to the logo the first time.
Black cover, 95 issue with one of my favorite slogans of all time, Play It Loud. There we are.
I remember seeing a kid I know had that. I was like, oh man, I really want that. Now, after that Earthworm Jim issue, I bought the whole, I bought the entirety of 95 at the newsstand. I didn't get a subscription. Then I finally got a subscription in 96. But I lost most of the issues, torn or whatever.
That's how 96 was, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what they get for switching back to the staples.
Yeah. Speaking of the staples, here we are.
Exactly.
The Killer Instinct 2 issue. Yes, they had an arcade game on the cover of Nintendo Power.
That was surprising.
Pretty wild. Yeah, that game I don't think ever came out in N64 in my recollection.
K.I. Gold.
K.I. Gold,
yeah. Which I rented twice from 2 different family videos, and it didn't work on my 64.
Nice, but we do have the staple binding, which I can't remember which issue that started with. It was right around this time, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Hated the staple binding. I remember trying to. I used to have these old little magazine holders. I'd put all these in, and you can't see what issue it is from the side at all. So the only thing that would happen is you'd have all these issues that looked just like this. So I'm like, all right, I'll pick out this issue. No, this one over here. They're exactly the same. They look no different. So why they did that, I guess, was to save on cost, and because the glue kept on getting undone, I guess, eventually, as we have seen with a couple issues. But still, much classier with the glue, I think.
Well, they also, the second year that came out, they had staples then too, but you could still see they had the issue number on the binding still. So
it was easier to take the posters out.
Yeah, that's why
they
did it. Yeah.
I had the Mega Man 2 poster up from the 6th issue, the Turtles one.
If you'd really like some Ken Griffey Jr. full body shot here, that you can get that out of there pretty easily.
He's been on 3 covers from what I understand.
Yes.
Retired since.
Here's some rarities. The third to last and second to last issues. This was the third to last. The subscriber covers. I had a subscription right towards the end, and the third to last issue actually came with a letter from Reggie, who is the COO, excuse me, of Nintendo of America, and Chris Slate, who was the editor-in-chief at the time of the magazine's closing. And it just kind of tells you that they're going. They're shutting down the magazine. They also put a similar letter out in the final issue for the subscribers. But this one with Shantae on it was the last subscriber exclusive bonus cover because they used the same cover for the last issue, for the newsstand and the subscribers.
Yep.
Speaking of different issue covers, I did just find the New Year's issue from, was this 97? 97, yeah. With the Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, which had 4 different covers to it. And one unique thing with this, if you put all 4 covers next to one another, they form one big picture.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was pretty neat. I remember, I can't remember which issue I had. It wasn't the Boba Fett one though, but might have been. I think I had the Stormtrooper one. But 4 different covers, and I think that was fairly new at the time. This was we had the Mario Kart 64 6-page test drive, real deep in the N64 times with these, and these are probably the ones I remember most because of that, because I pretty much had Nintendo Power throughout the whole N64 lifespan, I think, which I didn't for any other system. That was really neat to look back on now.
Well, I think I just checked my texts. And I think we're almost time for WrestleMania. It's time to go pick up the big sandwich. Is there one issue we should close out with to talk about here?
Might as well talk about the final issue, right?
Yeah, I have it right here.
I would say the first issue, but...
yeah, we none of us have it because your brother left it at the neighbor. So that's okay, though. The final issue of Nintendo Power, I mean, and we all kind of bonded over this because, you know, this is a big part of our childhood. Personally speaking, for me, my school library had Nintendo Power to check out, and it really got me to reading.
Allow such chicanery.
They figured it out after I left. I actually got banned from checking out the Super Mario Bros. 3 strategy guide that we kind of talked about earlier, because I had it every week. It was my bus ride home. I mean, I'd be like looking at it and like planning my afternoon. That's how big of a dork I was.
At least you're well behaved on the bus.
I was well behaved on the bus. No problems from me. And I ended up buying my own issue, which survives in fragments. So when this came out, you know, I was still a subscriber. I don't think you guys were subscribers at the time. But like, this is like a, you know, even though it wasn't quite the same magazine it was when we were kids, it seeing this final issue, you know, that there was going to be no more Nintendo Power was a bit hard to take. Just
knowing it was coming, even.
Yeah.
It's hard to take.
And there's a lot of cool things in here. I mean, they have letters from the fans talking about how what the magazine meant to them, and those were really cool to read. And they actually had people from the industry, from different sites and video game companies talk about it. The Nintendo Power's all-time favorite games, 285. Oops. Oh yeah, here's the final issue letter, by the way. It just fell out. And they had 285 of their favorite Nintendo games. Some of them they expand on a little bit, some of them they just list, some they have pictures. Let me see here. There is great moments in Nintendo Power. They go year by year and kind of talk about all the different, some of the different spreads they had, what comics they were doing at the time. Really cool stuff. All the way till 2012.
And then, so long ago.
1988 to 2012. Oh, that was a long time. That was a good run. Power Players. This was the all the people currently employed at Nintendo Power talking about their favorite issues. Actually, some of them from the past as well, that wrote some of the strategy guides and all that stuff. And then every review in here is for the Wii U launch. And so I thought that was kind of a nice way to close it out. And if you want to know, Super Mario Bros. 2 was the first game reviewed by Nintendo Power. The final game ever reviewed, Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2.
Yeah, another sequel, huh?
And they gave it a 7 out of 10. And they actually recommend the Wii version of the game because I guess you had to use the tablet controller for the Wii U. And it was meant for the paint controls.
While you're holding it back there, I was kind of disappointed that they would use this advertisement on the back. Couldn't you put something on there?
Something else.
They actually review this game.
They gave it a horrible review, I believe.
I believe they did. I think they gave it a 3 out of 10. But
tank.
It's not even worth looking up.
It's kind of a fitting name, really. You know, tank.
Like you could have put something like this back there.
Oh yes, yes.
Even play it loud. I would actually play it loud on the back of it. Come on.
Or maybe a picture of Mario with his hat, you know, looking down.
Maybe a picture of all the old backs of the covers.
Oh yes, the poster. The poster with all the
every issue poster. Yeah.
Then Nestor and Max, the final Howard Nestor comic. This brought a tear to my eye. I'm not ashamed to admit that as a grown man. When I have a kid someday, you know, this would be what I hope would happen. My kid would want to play video games with me.
Taking a look at the
and Game Over.
Star Wars 4 in a row.
It's
hard to see it, but yep. Well, okay, guys. Well, I guess we don't have time to do our WrestleMania predictions, but we can do it quick.
Okay, well, I got the predictions game board here.
Yeah.
And I actually have to re-glue this picture of Vince McMahon.
It's the Brooklyn Bridge.
Rhodes Scholars, Bellas versus Tons of Funk.
Funk.
It's gonna get funky in there.
Yeah, Funk as well. Daniel Bryan and Kane versus Ziggles and
Yes! Yes!
I think it might be Daniel Bryan and Kane. I got the shirt here.
I can't really go.
No.
I can't go against Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Sheamus, Orton, and Show versus The Shield in the WrestleMania Paycheck match.
Believe in the Shield!
I think the fans will win that one.
I'm going to say the main event faces. The pre-show match I put in here inexplicably. Wade Barrett and The Miz.
No one's going to win that.
Nobody wins that match.
I feel sorry for The Miz, but at the same time, what are you going to do?
I'll say The Miz will win it, and then the Intercontinental and U.S. titles will be unified pretty soon, Miz and Cesaro.
I'm going to go with Wheelbarrow, Wade Barrett. Wheelbarrow. Jericho and Fandango.
Does anybody ever lose their debut other than Simon Dean?
I don't know. I think Jericho will take this one.
Apparently they do.
Or I think Yahoo Movies will take this one, actually.
Okay. I'll say Fandango. I'm sorry I said your name wrong. Mark Henry and Ryback.
Ryback because he's going to pick up Henry with the whatever his move is called.
The
Ryback.
The shell shock.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yes. Sadly, Mark Henry, the most interesting character in wrestling today, will lose that match.
Yes.
Rybread's got this one, as Brian calls
Ryberg.
Del Rio and Jack Swagger.
Del Rio, but I'm going with the Ziggler cash-in.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things you can predict on here is the cash-in. And I would go with that too. Brock Lesnar.
Bork Laser.
Bork Laser and Triple H.
Souffle.
Who's winning this one?
I gotta say, I don't see Lesnar losing this because you can't have Brock Lesnar lose. The man should never lose.
He already lost last year to Cena.
But he should. I'd like to just ignore that match because that should have never happened. So
I want to say Lesnar, but I'm probably gonna go with Trips just because Lesnar won last time they fought at SummerSlam.
I'm gonna go with Lesnar. I'm gonna go with my gut because it makes me happy. You know what makes him happy?
What's that?
Beating people up. That makes him happy.
So what about Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
He beats people up.
Yes, he does. And we got Undertaker and CM Punk, and I think that goes without saying.
Yeah, Punk's gonna win. Yeah, Punk, best in the world.
I think CM Punk's got a really great chance, to make a bad Paul Bearer reference, and really nothing else, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna have Living Color playing him out, and from the ring too.
Yeah, after he wins, and then we got the main event. What this business is all about: the WWE Championship on the line. Rock versus John Cena.
In the main event,
once in a lifetime.
Twice. Again, you only live twice.
You do. And this matchup, I got to tell you, I'm seeing something happening with John Cena. Something is having the change of attitude.
You can predict the heel turn too.
You can. I'm wondering if they will just bait and switch us on it, but I just don't see it happening. New York fans are going to boo Cena out of the building.
He's going to have to desecrate the Statue of Liberty or something.
And he may. He may. The Statue of Liberty is in attendance.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. See if you can't see it here, but Vince McMahon or Mr. McMahon says, "It's the Statue of Liberty. It's the Brooklyn Bridge. It's the Empire State Building.
It's the Eiffel Tower."
I think the Eiffel Tower is in there somewhere.
It's entirely possible.
Maybe right there. But
Sylvain Grenier saw to it that the Eiffel Tower was there.
Well, WrestleMania 29 tonight, guys.
29.
Thank you for watching and sharing our, we didn't really talk about WrestleMania memories, but Nintendo Power memories. We've been meaning to do this for a while, so.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yep. Yes, OPC.
Y2K.
And wonderful Michael Blessing.
And we'll see you maybe WrestleMania Theater tomorrow time.
Yes. Take it easy.